Hello, 10th standard. Today we are going to learn tenses from English grammar. So in the last video, previous video, we had learned up to two kinds of tenses: simple past and simple present. Now we are going to deal with simple future tense, the third one. Simple future tense. So what is the characteristic of simple future tense? All the normal activities or usual activities, what is done in the future, they are actually included in this kind of tense. That's why it's called simple future tense. So let's see the formula. It will clear the idea from the formula. Subject come first plus shall will. Shall will is actually symbolic verb of future tense plus V1 followed plus object. You know very well that what is V1. V1 is first form of verb. So look here, it's quite a simple formula of simple future tense. What's that? First subject, then shall will. Shall will is the symbolic verb of future tense plus V1 in first form of verb and then object. Now negative formula. Subject plus shall will plus not plus V1 plus object. See that now. There is only difference you can see in the two formulas. In the first there is no negative words. You can see, right? So it's called an affirmative. And the another one, the second one, is a negative, right? Because why? Because after shall will not follows, right? So that way it's called negative sentence. To make it more clear, we have to take some examples. I shall. Write a letter to my friend. Here see all the factors or all the words you can see in the sentence, they are according to the formula number 1. What they are in the order, you see that you have to notice the order of the sentences, order of the words. First subject, you can see I is the subject, then shall will, so shall we took. Afterwards V1 first form of verb, so write is the first form of verb, a letter is an object, and to my friend is it's an additional. So that way we have to structure. It's a structure of a simple future tense, correct? And it's called an affirmative sentence because there is no negative word you can find in the sentence. Here you can see that now. What the message we get from this sentence? I shall write a letter to my friend. It's quite simple that. It's a simple action of writing a letter. That is also in the future tense. It will take place sometime later, right? So all the actions which take sometime later, they are included in the simple future tense. Now we have to change it into negative. The same sentence. As we have already formula, so negative you can just write the title negative. Then write first subject, then shall, later not, then first form verb write, then a later, to my friend. See here now, I shall not write a letter to my friend here. We can just notice one thing, that there is a difference between these two sentences because the second one we made, it's a negative sentence, right? Because we just mentioned the negative word not here after the symbolic verb of shall, right? So that way, and negative word always follows the helping verb in the sentence, correct? Without helping verb it does not exist. Got it? One more sentence I am going to give you. And another important thing I am going to tell you. And what is that? Shall and will. Look. The subject pronoun I and we, right? Take shall. As per the rule of English, I am telling you that I and we takes shall, and he, she, it, right? They. All these pronouns you can see here on the blackboard. They take will. But there is an important thing you need to remember all the time whenever you will deal with this kind of tense, correct? So I and we take shall in the sentence for the common sentence, correct? For the normal idea in the future tense, and he, she, it, and they takes will. Got it? Third person singular and plural both. One more sentence I am going to give you because two sentences will be enough, I think, to understand this topic. Another sentence I am going to give you. He will. As I already told you that third person singular or plural they take will. Okay, so he is a third person singular, so he takes will. He will go to Mumbai. He will go to Mumbai tomorrow. You can see in the sentence here also the simple idea of going to Mumbai is mentioned. Understand? Which will take place tomorrow. The action of going to Mumbai will take place tomorrow. So it's called a simple action of future tense. Such a simple things are mentioned in the simple future tense, which will take place in the future or sometime later. So it is affirmative because you can see that there is no negative word seen. So we have to change it to negative. So what we need to do then that he will, because not always place after the helping verb. And what is the helping verb? This is the helping verb will. It is a symbolic verb of future tense. So he will not go to Mumbai tomorrow. See in the sentence, quite clear that there is a difference between two sentences because the first one is an affirmative, the other one is negative. Because in the second sentence there is negative word we mentioned and made it negative. Got it? And it always comes after the symbolic verb of shall be of future tense. So these two examples are enough, I think, for the simple future tense. Now we are going to move to the another kind of tense. And the name of the tense is, you have to remember the sequence of the tenses, okay? I am going to note out, but you must need to know them very well. So the fourth one now, fourth kind. And what is the fourth kind? Past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. You can see in the sentence the continuous word actually suggests the action which is going on, right? And the tense, the name of the tense suggests that it was going on in that period. So past means what? Bygone day, bygone period. So this was going on, the action was going on in the past tense. When the action was mentioned or is mentioned, that time it was going on in the past time. It was not complete. Means incomplete actions are taken. So let's see to the formula. Subject first, then V2. V2 means second form of verb plus object. Very simple formula. It's an affirmative. Now we are going to see the negative formula. Subject comes in the beginning, then did. You have to remember this thing that in the negative sentence did is used to mention the negative sentence, right? Did is the past tense of do plus not. Later on V1. V1, why V1? Because we have taken did, the past tense of do, already taken. That's why the main verb first form will come plus object. 1 minute, sorry, 1 minute. We just made one mistake here. But what is that? Actually, we are dealing with the continuous tense, so continuous tense formula is like that: was, were plus VING plus object. Because we have to show the action going on in the past tense. So was, were, to be form will come with V plus ing. Now negative. So was, were plus not plus VING plus object. So that will look here now. There is no difference, only the difference is the negative word not. Which follows after the, which follows was, were. They are to this form of past tense. Now see, we are going to see the example. She was cooking food in the morning. See here in this sentence, she was cooking food in the morning. Now this action which is mentioned, what is the action of the which is the action mentioned? Cooking food. This is the action. And when it took place, when was it going on? When was it going on? In the past, sometime before. So morning time is also mentioned here. She was cooking in the morning. So that time was gone. So it came into past continuous tense because the action was going on. When it was seen, what was she doing in the morning? She was cooking food. So the action was incomplete. Now we have to change it into negative sentence. The same sentence. This is the second formula. We have to give the title negative, then write the sentence. She was not cooking food in the morning. So see that now only the difference is of negative word not. Correct? So all the sentences as it is. There is no difference, there is no change we made except the word not. Another sentence I am going to give you. One more thing I want to tell you. And what's that? Look, third person singular. First person plus third person singular takes was. Right? Means was is used for singular noun or pronoun. While were is used for plural. Right? Only that way. Another example I am going to give you. They were buying fruits they were buying fruits from the market. Yesterday. So time is also mentioned in this sentence to make the idea clear when that action will place. Right now, what is the action? Buying fruits. They were buying fruits from the market, and when did this action took place? Yesterday. Actually, when it was seen, what were they doing? Yesterday, they were seen buying the fruits from the market, right? So this is the action. Now we have to change it into negative. So they were, since there is plural, so were is used. They were buying fruits. From the market. 1 minute, I have to write this sentence up. It is not seen clearly. They were buying fruits from the, they were negative. Here 1 minute. More your mention. Fruits from the market. Yesterday. So that way we can make this. Okay, that way we can change affirmative sentence into negative in this past continuous tense. And what does that mean? Past continuous tense means the action was going on in the past tense. It was not complete. It is incomplete. So two examples are okay. I am going to give another one. So for today, it is okay now. So this is your homework. These two types of sentences, right? You have to find out from the textbook and change them into negative and affirmative. Okay, that's your homework.